to the Midday Meltdown with J&J Video Reacts.
Hello, 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 hello. How art thou? Hopefully everybody is doing well today. It is a brand new day, and if you are in it, then you got a lot to be thankful for. Okay, so I want to give a shout out to Rap God Reloaded because yesterday he was on yesterday's stream, and yesterday's stream, if you guys can remember, was basically about no fear. You know what I mean? How we allow fear to control our lives. And, you know, he made a very good point, which led me to today's live stream, which is, you know, fear a lot of times can lead to anger. And it's a fight or flight response, basically. It's your natural desire to protect yourself. And fear, anger, fear, all of that starts in the mind. Okay? And when we learn how to control our thoughts, then we can start to learn how to control our emotions. You know, and me, trust and believe, I am an emotional person. I'm as emotional as they come. And I always blame it on the fact that I'm a Cancer, but that's really no excuse. You know what I mean? You can say that all day long. The bottom line is you got to learn how to control yourself. And not only that, because disease, when you're angry, it seriously degrades the quality of life. You may not think so in the moment, but when you're constantly blowing up, or if you have a situation where you're easily triggered, that is something that is bad for your body. Okay? It's bad for your body. Your body responds to that. Maybe not in the moment, but prolonged fits of anger, or where you constantly, if people have to worry, and that's a clue, if people have to walk on eggshells around you, or they are constantly on edge around you, that's a clue. That lets you know the kind of vibe you're giving off. If people tend to not want to be around you because they're afraid you're going to go off, that means that you have anger issues and you need some anger management. So, and prolonged anger attacks, prolonged fits of anger will eventually lead to things like high blood pressure, which will eventually lead to a heart attack. And you don't want that. Hypertension, headaches, all kinds of things, nervous issues, all of that, cancer, okay? All of anger, all of that leads to situations in the body which create disease. And the only reason it's disease is because you're not at ease, I like to say. Dis-ease is what happens when the body is not at ease. So, that is one of the main reasons for learning how to manage your anger. Now, you're going to get mad. You're going to get mad. Things happen, and we're human beings. You can't be a robot. You have emotions. That's one of our greatest gifts, right? But you want to be able to manage those emotions to the point where they're not detrimental to you and the people around you. You want to be somebody that people don't mind being around. Everybody can't be a joy to be around, but you certainly don't want to be somebody that people hate to be around, because you get that back. Karma's a real thing. Whatever you put out is what you get back. And if you're constantly putting out those angry vibes and those vibes that put people make people uneasy around you, you're going to get that back. You're never going to be at peace because you don't give peace. You don't exude peace. So peace is not what's going to come back to you. Okay. So again, it's bad for your body. Disease, starts in the mind. Okay, when you are constantly in fear or specifically anger, you are you are in the manifestation process. Okay, you are attracting, by way of the law of attraction, things that are going to continue to make you angry. And that's something that you got to put a stop to, and only you can put a stop to that. Somebody else like me telling you, hey, stop getting mad, stop getting angry, that's not going to work. When you are sitting in a doctor's office and you find out that you have high blood pressure, or you're suffering with some type of disease that you didn't ask for, you can start to think back to how you behaved and how you thought, because it all starts here. Did you get mad a lot? Did you let yourself get triggered easily? And if you find that that's in your history, that's what you have memories of, it's time to make some changes. It's time to start managing it. And one of the first things that you can do to manage your anger, okay, besides obviously recognizing it, is to breathe. Learn how to do breath work. Breath work is huge in my life because I'm a person who can on occasion have anger issues. That's not who I am anymore. Okay. But I used to have anger issues. I told you a couple of streams ago or last week on one of my streams that one of the things that I did when I was in corporate America and I was managing a sales team was I would take my team into a room and I would have these beatdown sessions when they weren't performing. And ultimately, I think one of the things that led to me having cancer was me having these fits of anger and constantly, being the type of supervisor. I was a motivational supervisor. Don't get me wrong. I was a cheerleader, but that's part of who I am. I'm emotional. But, when things weren't going well, I would go off, and I am a person who experienced getting a potentially terminal disease from not being in a relaxed state. And sometimes it's hard to relax, but breath work is huge in that process. When you take a deep breath in through your nose and let it out through your mouth, try it. Try it with me right now. Go in as deep as you can. Hold it. And let it out slowly through your mouth. Do you feel your body relaxing? Do you feel a calmness come over you? I know you do. I know you do. Don't say no, because I know you do, because I'm feeling it right now. And it's a natural bodily response when you do that. People don't put enough stock in things like breath work. And this is something, one of the meditation 101 rules is learn how to control your breathing, because it helps get you in a relaxed state. And that is one of the techniques that you can use. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Do it with me again. Hold it just for a couple seconds, almost like taking a hit. And then let it out slowly through your mouth. This is huge when you find yourself getting angry. When you find something triggering you and it's pissing you off and you can't control yourself, try to remember to go to this place. Try to remember to go to this place. Breathe. All right, hold on. All right, look. You know what I mean? You don't have to look like the Ali Shiva or the Buddha sitting there, Om Mani Padme Hum. No, you don't have to go into that. But what I just did, just incorporate it into the moment. It's like, what? All right, look. Seriously, no, I'm not going for that. You see how I incorporated that there? I didn't go into a yoga position. Okay. I just simply took a pause, took some air in through my nose, a deep air, and I let it out through my mouth, and then I proceeded to talk. When you do that, just take a second to do that. When you do that, that will allow you to gather your thoughts. It'll clear out a lot of the frustration and emotion in the moment, and it'll allow you to proceed with a lot more calmness. Your body will thank you for that. Number one, your body loves when you do breath work, because I said this the other day, when you flood your body with oxygen, number one, it makes your organs work better. Number two, it kills tumors. If you have, I've become a cancer fighting expert, right? If you have any type of growth or inflammation in the body, flooding your body with oxygen is an excellent tool in dissipating that stuff, okay? Including tumors. They can't live where there's air. They like it dark and wet. When you flood your body with oxygen, it gets rid of a lot of toxicity in your body. So breath work is huge on so many levels, not just fighting anger or helping control or manage anger, but it's huge in the way of health benefits for your body. I mean, you don't have to be angry to do breath work. I finish every yoga session with a breath work session. And I did this the other day, and I'll do it again today. I will include in this stream a link to Wim Hof, and you can learn. It's an 11-minute breathwork session. So just take 10 minutes out of your day, and it's basically where you do about 30 breaths over and over again like that. And then he gives you a session at the end of it where you take it in, then let a little bit out, and then you hold it for like a good minute and a half. And while you're doing that, you will feel your body. You will literally feel your body. You will feel the oxygen flowing through your body, just like blood flowing through your veins. You'll feel it. You'll probably get some tingles. Your body temperature may change, but you'll know when you're doing it right when you start to feel those things happening. Okay. Let me look over here. Shout out to Veganowledge JJ. Hi, baby. How are you? I know she's at work. Janetta, what's up, sweetie? Good to have you. Good to have both you ladies on. And Karen, if you're listening, hi, how are you? Anybody who's listening, if you're at work and you can't get into the chat, peace and blessings. Have an amazing day, and hopefully some of the things that I say here today will help you. But yeah, breath work is huge in anger management and in life management. Okay. So try to get some breath work in your life. And again, I will put the Wim Hof link in here if you ever want to try to do some breath work sessions. Check it out. You'll be glad you did. Okay. So the second, it's like a 1-2 punch. Okay. It's like a 1-2 punch. Get the breath work in your life and learn how to relax. Okay. Breath work is huge in helping you learn how to just relax. Breath work, relax, don't do it when you want to. Remember that? Of course, we know what that song is about, but right now we're not addressing that. We're addressing just anger management. Okay. Get your mind out of the gutter. But relax, people. Let go. Okay. Dauchsy Meditations is another link that I will put in this stream that I always do. Dauchsy Meditations, I believe, saved my life. When I listen to those meditations and let them put me to sleep and then continue to let my subconscious be fed by those affirmations while I'm sleeping, it has come so it has become like, it's a handy tool, you know? It's like having a tool in your toolbox. And it's become beneficial to helping me learn how to just freaking relax. It's not that serious. Remember, we're only here for 5 minutes. Life is too short to be going through being pissed off all the time. Not to mention, it diminishes the quality of your life. You know, you want to start feeling better. Stop getting so angry and learn how to relax a little bit. And breath work is huge in that. So remember, at the end of the breath work session, one of the things that you're going to do involuntarily is you're going to feel your body get in a relaxed mode when you do the breath work. I mean, legit, it's almost like taking a hit off a joint. It really is, or blunt. If you do the breath work, you will almost get a natural high. And it's huge for letting you just tone it down, you know? So take a deep breath and allow your body to relax when you're in a fit of anger, or when you feel like you're getting pissed off, or you feel it coming, okay? Another thing is start looking at the root cause of why you're so angry. I had to do that. I had to do that for myself, because I'm like, you know, why am I getting so pissed off all the time? You know, this was huge when I was at work. And you'll find that a lot of times what you're angry about in the moment is not what the real root cause of your anger is. You know what, Jen? And I just realized I forgot to send you a link to this stream. Hold on one second. Give me 2 seconds, ladies. Let me see here. What am I doing? Let me go back in. Oh, I'm in the damn stream on YouTube and not in the actual back end of the stream. I'm too relaxed right now. I did too much of that breath work. Hold on. Oh, that's funny. I just saw your text. Can I have the link? Wow. Paste. Okay, I just sent it to you, sweetie. Sorry about that. I got tied up looking at some stuff right before the stream. Just wanted to be prepared. You know how that is. All right, and let me get back in here. Okay, so, you know, take a look at the root cause. Now, me, I had to go back, because remember I talked yesterday about the bullying situation when I was really, really young, like 5 years old, 6 years old, and we would get off the school bus and the whole bullying thing. Part of that is what was my root cause. Situations with, you know, growing up and dealing with issues with my mom, you know, the way she would speak to me sometimes. She was a loving mother, don't get me wrong, but she was a very strict disciplinarian. And there were times where she could come down on me and it affected me in a way that I don't even think she realized. And in the moments, parents sometimes don't take a deep breath before they lay into their children. You don't think that maybe that can cause issues with them down the line, and they may end up taking it out on people who don't deserve it. So, and I didn't go to therapy for this. I'm a self-healer. That's what I do. I dig, I read, and I learn, and I teach myself things, and I learn from others what I see in life, you know. Shout out to Karen and Thomas BSR. Once again, when you look at streams that teach you how to do things like grow your own food and how to handle things that are going on that are beyond your control, that may be coming from a higher place that you can't do anything about. When you have people like that giving you information that have been there, take it, learn from it. Okay. Sometimes it's not in a book. Sometimes it's happened. Life is the best teacher. And I learned that, just from watching YouTube, I learn a lot. YouTube is a huge source. Google. Okay. And we didn't have this stuff back in the day, but now we do. And I take full advantage of it. But back in the day, hey, I learned from life, man. I learned from a lot of situations that I saw other people go through. And I realized, okay, I don't want that for myself. Or, hey, I want to be just like that person. I want that type of life. It could work the other way. And that's what we're after today. The positives, you can pull more positivity in your life simply by thinking positive first and foremost. And you'll be surprised. Sometimes you got to bullshit yourself in order to actually start feeling that way. Start changing your thoughts. And get to the root cause of your anger. It may not be the person that you're talking to or the situation that you're in. It could legit be something that happened way back in your childhood. And some people don't want to go dig that stuff up, but you know what? You find out you got to. You got to gut yourself sometime in order to move forward. And if it's something that's nasty that you don't want to look at, that's all the more reason to dig it out. Because it's suffocating you. Just like the root of a plant. You see the growth of the plant on the outside, but there's a whole lot of stuff going on underneath the dirt. You just see the finished product, the plant. But if the roots ain't right, the plant is not going to grow right. Hey, you there? Okay, so if the roots aren't right, I don't know what's happening, but I got a black screen for you and I don't hear you. So I'm gonna go ahead and take you out. But the root cause is the root of what is causing your anger. And you'll find if what's under the skin and deep down inside is not right, the roots, you're not going to be doing right. You're not going to be thinking right. You're not going to be acting right. So you got to get into the root cause of your anger. And you got to go in there and dig out the weeds from the root. Don't just cut the top off. Some people will cut the top. I'll deal with anger by taking a Valium or taking a Xanax. Okay, yeah, great. If you want to medicate that way. But ultimately, what is that doing to your body? You got to learn how to self-heal. Remember, the body was meant to heal itself. And that does not just mean physically. You can also heal yourself mentally by doing things like the subliminal healing while you're sleeping, by listening to positive affirmations, by writing down the things that make you angry that you feel like probably caused that way back. Only you know your history. So in the privacy of your own time, sit down and write some things out that you think might be the root cause of why you might be so angry sometimes. And sit there and face those demons. And remember that they were in the past and they have no power over you today, now, other than pissing you off and degrading your life and degrading the quality of your physical body. When you realize that's happening, it's time to dig that shit out. And just because you don't feel sick today or you don't, hey, that takes time. It's not like you're sitting there bashing yourself with a brick or something. This is intangible. And intangible stuff is way more powerful than anything tangible. What you can't see is way more powerful than what you can see. Has anybody ever seen our creator? But would you agree that the creator and the universe is something that's powerful? Yeah, but you never saw them, did you? You never saw them. You never saw what created us. No one has ever seen what's created us. But it's powerful as hell, isn't it? Well, that's the same way with anger and feelings. You can't see them. They're in the air. They're in your body, but they are extremely powerful. I did the example the other day that your phone, okay? I need a new case. Your cell phone. Work with me, cell. You're not going to trigger me. Your cell phone. It's not attached to anything, but it's very powerful, isn't it? What makes it powerful? What you see here or the ether that it works off of, which you can't see? I'm telling you, what you can't see is way more powerful. I gave the example that I became a huge Prince fan long after he passed away. But we can't see him now, can we? Other than on YouTube or pictures in a magazine. But he's powerful. He's probably more powerful now than he was when he was an actual human being. Because he can get in all of us just like the universe can. The creator is inside of us and you can't see him. Okay, Jen, I'm going to let you in. Hey.
Let's see if this works.
Yeah, this is working.
Okay. It was weird because it seems like something might be going on when I try to come in on the computer. Am I breaking up or am I okay?
You're okay. You're absolutely fine. That's
Okay.
a good thing.
We'll see how long it can last. But I was just chiming in.
Well, if it don't last, I'm kicking you out.
Good, definitely, because I can't hear it on my end. I can't hear myself. Only I can hear myself talking.
You're good today, babe. I mean, way more than you were the past couple times. So yeah, let's roll.
There was just a couple things that I was going to say, but I probably have forgotten all my thoughts now, but it's really good information that you're giving. And I think we were talking about this on the other stream, the relationship stream. Sometimes you may not even be angry at the thing that you're getting angry about. Like you were just talking about, like you could project that anger to someone else, but it might have been something at work that made you mad or something underlying, that's going on inside of you, and the way that you're projecting that to the world, it might manifest itself in something small, like somebody says something the wrong way to you and you get, you take offense to it.
Shout out to AK-47. Sorry about that. Go ahead.
I thought it was cool. Anthony King.
King, that's my babe.
Shout
out to Anthony King.
Commented, but now I can't see it because I've came off the stream, but he said he really has to watch how he speaks to his son.
I'll read it out. He said, I have to catch myself sometimes with my two boys. In the morning before school, I try not to, that's good. I try not to raise my voice before they leave for school. That's really good practice. And during the day, so that they have a positive energy for that day. That's huge, Anthony King. That's huge. And you're stepping outside of yourself and being what I always applaud Jen for. And that's being empathetic. You're putting yourself in there. How would I feel if my dad laid into me right before I went to school? I feel like shit.
You don't realize the approach that or the impact and the how like it can matter to other people, your attitude and how you treat them, especially kids, like you said, and even people that you may work with, people you're on a stream with. If you come on here really angry and a bunch of people are listening, that's going to spill over into them. So what we put out, we also get back. It's like
I've left where people are just doing nothing but ranting and raving.
we have to be like the coffee bean, like we always say, like we have
Tell
to.
people, share that. I love that. This coffee bean is amazing.
It's
Share
my
that,
life
baby.
philosophy. So like if you're dealing with a situation and the situation basically is like boiling water, and if you look at how a carrot goes into boiling water, you can handle your anger in this way. You can go into the boiling water and kind of melt, and kind of it just will take over you. You'll get soft, and you just won't want to put up, any type of fight. You just won't care basically. So you'll get soft like the carrot. When you become the egg, you're hardened on the outside. So you might be projecting your anger at other people and acting like you don't care, but inside you're kind of dying inside. You're mushy, you're upset all the time, but you put out this hard
But you got that
exterior.
hard shell, right?
And then when you're the coffee bean, you can actually change the very environment you're in. So that boiling water, when the coffee beans go in it, it turns the water into coffee. And I think that's what we always want to be in the crowd and in the environment we're in. Even if we're putting something out there that's difficult to talk about, the way we do it can still make people's lives better and change that situation for the better, even if it's a negative situation. Being the coffee bean and turning that person's day or life or whatever it might be around, or just that moment, can be so powerful.
Look, are you decaf or are you high octane?
I'm definitely high octane, but I know you're decaf. That's like we could
Well,
call ourselves that.
look, I put myself on decaf. It wasn't prescribed. I put myself on decaf because I would go into the shake sometimes, and I realized, as I got older, that caffeine isn't my friend as much anymore as it used to be. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going decaf because I actually love the taste of coffee. Put a little vegan creamer in it. I'm good to go. So I'm like, you know what? Why don't I go to decaf? I know your mom drinks decaf, and she has diabetes, but that was one of the things that I took from her. I'm like, you know what? I love coffee so much, but that doesn't mean that I can't drink it, and I can't believe I went off on actual coffee, but, we're talking about things that can cause. How did I know that caffeine might have fueled some of the things that caused me to get angry as well? If I've
Yeah,
already got root causes that are in there, having things like caffeine physically can keep me from reacting properly,
like
you know?
self-awareness is so important, to know like what you need. Like you said, if you may not even know it, but you might need to meditate, you might need to get off the caffeine, you might need. I'm just naturally like a laid back, kind of an easygoing person. I've never been really too angry. And I think part of that is always, you mentioned something about taking a deep breath, taking a few seconds before you react to something and figuring out, really, is that what you want? Is that what you want to project out to this person or the world? Because usually you regret something right off if you say it right away. I
That's
love
one
that
of
part.
the biggest reasons to
Taking
watch your damn
10,
mouth.
15 seconds, because usually when you lash out at something, it's not even the real root cause you're angry, or it's something that might have hurt your feelings that
I
you're not
said that
telling
earlier.
anybody. And
Yeah.
using that, getting that thought together and getting that I message together and saying, hey, that really hurt my feelings. I feel like I've been working really hard, and the fact that you said I didn't do this or I didn't do that, it made me upset. So instead of saying, you know what, I'm not doing nothing else for you, instead of, in that moment, that's what you want to say, that's the anger, but the real root cause can maybe solve the situation and make the other person realize, hey, I need to watch what I said or did
Right,
before I
right.
said.
Shout out to Janetta. I got you, baby girl, on that link. She said, I need that relaxation link. I got you. Dauchsy Meditations. Get yourself a nice Bluetooth headset or some ear pods or something, and throw that on while you're sleeping, and watch. After about a few weeks, watch things change from the inside out. You will love it. But yeah, Jen, I love that coffee bean story, honey. I love it because if I'm putting out vibes, I want people to get good vibes from me. And if I can change the environment just by being that powerful coffee bean and change the environment to match how I feel on the inside, which is calm and peaceful and productive, then everybody else is going to be great. Listen, when I first started the stream, one of the things I said is you don't want to be somebody who walks in a room and puts everybody on attention. You know what I mean? And gets everybody tense. You want to be the type of coffee bean that exudes peacefulness and exudes confidence and exudes positivity. That's the kind of coffee I want to be in.
That's how we all truly want to be. We're just angry sometimes because we feel that, that's the emotion that we have at that moment. But really, when you're happiest is when you're at peace. And if you can find a way to be at peace more often, it's the best thing for you. Like you said, health.
You could be completely at peace. People confuse peacefulness and your life with your situation. And Eckhart Tolle talks about that in The Power of Now. You are not your life. And what I mean by that is that I can be completely at peace and be completely broke and have every bill in the world due. But if I don't learn how to keep myself on an even keel during all of that, then I'll never figure out how to get out of it. Because you need to be at peace and you need to be at ease in order to figure things out. When you're angry, it's hard to think. When you're flustered, it's hard to think straight and clear. I know you've experienced this yourself, because I have. I'm a human being. We all are. When you are flustered and angry, it is hard to focus because you see what? Red. That's all you know is you're pissed off in that moment. I know because I've been there. And I've also noticed that it's hard for me I've done things and caused regret in my life because I said something I didn't mean in that moment. I didn't take that minute to stop and breathe for a second and think about where I wanted. Karen said that yesterday on the stream. I try to focus on what I want, what I prefer, not what I don't want. Okay. If you keep your eye on the prize, what do I really want to happen in this situation? Remember we were doing that a couple years ago, Jen? What do I want to happen here? Like, let me take a step back. When you're doing that breath work, think about that. Okay. What do I really want out of this? And you could be in a relationship with somebody and you see, okay, look. We'll take an example that I saw on Married at First Sight. Okay. Remember Olajuwon? Okay, she must, because she's on her lunch, so she must be at work. There was a guy on there named Olajuwon, and he saw a dating app on his wife's phone that she was no longer using. Okay. And his first reaction was to go ballistic and go off on her. He didn't stop for a minute to think that, okay, maybe someone else put it on there, or she wasn't using it anymore, or she just simply forgot to take it off once she got married. Okay. But the fact that he let that trigger him without getting all the information, without stopping and taking a breath, ultimately they ended up working it out. But you want to stop and take a look. What do you really want to happen here? Number one, I want my wife to be into me. I don't want her to be looking at other people and going out and on dating apps. I want our marriage to work. I want to be happy in my marriage. So when you stop and think about, okay, what I really want is not to be fighting, not to be pissed off, not to lose her. I want us to be happy. And right now I'm not happy because I see that dating app. Okay, well, talk to her in a way that you want to find out, how can we get through this? Because I don't want that on your phone. Oh, okay, my bad. Guess what? As it turned out, when she did the experiment, she went through and tried to delete a lot of her apps and she forgot one. Okay, it could be bullshit, but you don't know that. You don't know her well enough to know if she's lying to you in this moment. You got to give her the benefit of the doubt. Trust is given. Shouldn't have to be earned. You should give somebody trust until they hang themselves. If you go into a new relationship, you don't really know that person, your first thought should not be, I don't trust you. It should be, I'm a go off of you until you do something to me specifically. You, not something somebody else did, and I'm still pissed about it and taking it out on you. Root cause goes right back to root cause. I'm going to give you the opportunity not to F me over, but to be who I hope you are. Think about what you really want. I'm going to give you the opportunity to be what I want in this relationship. You there, Jen? Okay. So it's a process. It's a process. Okay. And first and foremost, don't forget to breathe. Second, relax. Third, think about what you really want in this moment before you say something that is going to create something that you don't want. And when you get a minute to yourself, dig in and find out the root cause of why you're saying what you're saying and why you're saying it the way you're saying it. Why are you angry? Why are you pissed off? Wait a minute, what now? See how she is. Janetta forgot all about the. Yeah, hopefully she's not talking about me. Anthony King said, peace and love, JJ, vegan and chat. Oh, I'm going way back. Anthony King says, I'm a coffee fiend. You know what I did? I had to pull myself together with coffee. I used to drink caffeinated coffee. I switched to decaf, and then I took it one step further, and I only allow myself even the decaf on the weekends. That's my weekend treat. I have a nice cup of coffee Saturdays and Sunday mornings, with Jen. She drinks coffee every day, and caffeinated coffee, because I used to be that person. I gotta have my coffee. Dude, I got to a point where, 7-Eleven has those big, huge mugs. I would fill that thing up on my way to work and soup all day long. Soup, back and forth. Soup, like, you know what I mean? And who knows, maybe prolonged use of that caused some of the issues that I had, some of the health issues that I had. I love saying had. I'm still working on this eyesight thing, but hey, I'm living the fast and raw lifestyle, baby. I don't eat between the hours of 12 midnight and 9 p.m. That's a 21-hour fast. You know what I'm saying? And that's hardcore. I don't eat for 21 hours of the day. I give myself an eating window of between, and I know some people out there saying, "Yeah, you're crazy. I can't go that long." My body is saying, "Thank you. I don't have to digest any food right now." Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. Let's see what some of these issues were we had. We got some inflammation over there. Let's work on that. Guess what? When you stop eating for a few minutes, your body then begins to heal and repair itself. Okay? And not everybody can fast, but most people can. You would be surprised. Even people with diseases, you can get off medication and things by fasting. I know I'm getting off on a tangent, but yeah, I'm living the fast and raw lifestyle, and I love it. When I do eat, in that eating window, I'm eating raw vegan. I'm eating vegetables. I'm eating fruit. And I call it fast and raw, and it's going to give me my eyesight back. Trust and guarantee. It may not happen right now, may not happen in 6 months, may not happen in 2 years, but it will eventually happen. Consistency, So, okay, root cause was where we left off. Root cause was where we left off there. Hold on one second. I see you, Jen. Oh. There you go.
The phone rang and it got me kicked to the end, back in the, out of that lately. Gotcha. But it is, so I'll just jump out and come in. I'm not here for much because I have to go from but I wanted to say one thing before you move on. That about your food and your healthy lifestyle. We were talking about this vegan meatless Monday, that our bodies respond, our nature and our anger and everything has to do a lot with the food you're put, like more living food, more vegetables in your body. If you meat and dairy, people have, this is just naturally known that a lot of people say they become less angry. I don't know if it has to do with the way that the animals, it has to do with the way that the animals are treated when they're slaughtered and things, but it even has more to do with your like serotonin levels and things, that when you put those good body and when you're giving your body what it really needs, you feel like you're doing the right thing for all of your levels. Like lowering your blood pressure makes you less angry. If you feel better, you're less for the people around you. Sometimes it might take away pain if you lose a little bit of weight and goes down. You're putting good foods in your body that can really help your even also in addition, it can even help your health. So you'll be so the difference in you, even when we've gone and eating less, processed food, or when you stopped eating meat and dairy, you got really focused and really calm, and it helped all the way around.
It really did. It really did. And it's like from personal experience. I wouldn't be doing these streams if it wasn't something that I thought would help others, because I know if it helped me, it can help other people. And what I'm putting in my body is huge. I didn't think that me eating more fruits and vegetables could change the way I think about things in life. But when you change your biochemistry, okay, this is huge. When you change your biochemistry, it has a lot to do with changing your thought process. And it's like the cart before the horse before the cart. You got to think that way to make those changes. And then once you make those changes, you'll even start thinking way better than the initial thought to start it. So yeah, you affect your biochemistry when you eat differently. We were made to eat fruits, vegetables, things from the trees,
Beans, seeds.
Yeah. If you want to even take it back to the Bible, what did they eat? They ate from the trees. They didn't cut up a cow and eat it. Okay. They ate from the trees. They ate fruits. So, I'm not always somebody who's going to quote the Bible, but even then, we were meant to eat vegetation. Our body processes that better. And when it does, last night Rose said on the and shout out to Veganowledge for her stream Meatless Monday. We had an amazing turnout. I will put the link to her channel in here if you want to go listen to it and come in and participate. Yeah.
Nancy and Dina.
Rose said she is experiencing such good benefits just from being a few weeks of eating vegetables and letting go of the meat. She already was dairy free because she's lactose intolerant, which for all intents and purposes, we all are lactose intolerant, whether we know it or not. But yeah, she stopped the meat for the past few weeks. She's got her husband enjoying Beyond Meat as opposed to actual, flesh. That's how I look at meat now. It used to be when I would look at a steak, oh my God, my mouth would water. Now I feel like throwing up. I'm like, I'm actually eating flesh. When I look at it that way, which it is, it's not like I'm BSing myself. It is flesh. We're animals too. You might as well be a cannibal if you're going to eat flesh. What's the difference?
Dropping off this stream.
What is the difference? Okay, flesh is flesh.
Everybody's in their own, process.
Animals have muscle and bone and flesh and skin just like we do. And if you're eating that, you might as well be eating your own hand off. You might as well cut up your Jeffrey Dahmer. Okay, come on. It's flesh. But I'm not going to sit here and preach about being a vegan. That's what the meatless Mondays are for. But that does contribute to anger. Believe it or not, when your biochemistry is different, you don't get as angry as much because your body is different. And those hormones that are causing a lot of that aren't there, or they are dormant because you're doing what you need to do for your body. That brings me to my next point. Okay. Will this matter tomorrow? Ask yourself that in the moment, please. When you're pissed off. And by tomorrow, I could mean next week, next month, next year. Tomorrow is a metaphor right there. Okay.
Good
It
one.
could literally mean tomorrow. Okay. But will this matter tomorrow? Am I willing to let a situation that is temporary affect the rest of my life, affect the rest of my marriage, affect the rest of my relationship with my child, with my sister, with my coworker? It's temporary. But if I say certain things or do certain actions, that will affect the rest of my life. My husband, my ex-husband, in those moments when he felt like it was necessary that he wanted to come after me physically. Well, if his true preference was for our marriage to last and work, which obviously it wasn't, then maybe things would have ended differently. If it were my true intention to stay in that, which initially it was, then I wouldn't have been swayed to go maybe another way because of things that happened in that moment, and I'm getting off on another story, but you have to think, will this matter tomorrow? Because the decisions you make in that angry moment affect tomorrow, and you don't want to project. So the best way to handle what happens tomorrow is handle it when? Now, in the moment. You got to learn how to live now in the moment, because yesterday's nows are what you're dealing with today. So today's nows are what's creating what's going to come your way mañana. So take care of the present moment. Try to enjoy it as much as you can. Don't wait till tomorrow to become vegan or stop eating dairy or milk or whatever. Start doing it now. Okay? Don't wait till tomorrow to figure out what the root cause of your anger is. Start now. Figure it out now. Because tomorrow is not promised to you or any of us. Some people, when COVID came through, do you think that they thought that something like that would take them out? Some people were young. COVID didn't care. There were a lot of young people that lost their lives to COVID. There wasn't a pandemic going on before that. They were probably living a lifestyle that they didn't think that, death would come to them anytime soon. But something unexpected like COVID came through and took them out. So don't waste time. If you want to make positive changes in your life, start yesterday. But start now. I'm going to go ahead and end with that. Well, thank you. Hey, look, turn your mess.
I love it.
Look, assassinate the procrastinate. Okay? Assassinate the urge to procrastinate. All right?
Hey, look, I was going to read this book. I'm going to do it later.
What?
Get it?
Commit and leave it to my baby. There's a Jen joke. You got to be quick or you'll miss them.
Oh man, that's funny. Sorry, I had to turn my sound down. That was a little, but I'm just so thankful that you're doing these.
Thank you. I'm grateful I'm thankful you're getting something from it.
I feel like they all kind of tie together, which is really cool. I noticed we have to reference the streams because it's all relative. It's all about how we handle things and how we react to them.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't forget the Tuesday takeover is tonight where we talk all things 90 Day Fiance. So, I like to loosen it up. I don't like to always have streams that are so heavy and, make you think so much. You know what I mean? I give you enough that you can go to yourself and meditate on it and think on it and think how you can change it and make it better. But yeah.
Get you into doing that funny stream with me. I think it's gonna take a comedy one.
I think that would be so much fun to do. We should do a comedy comedy hour.
Let's do it. Let's pick
Almost like a talent show. Let people come up and see.
I want to do prank calls. Are we allowed to? All right. I'm gonna jump off.
We'll figure it out.
But I thank you for letting me come on, and everybody else, Anthony, Janetta. I can't remember. I saw other people on here. It's me. But thank you. I will see y'all tomorrow or next.
Tomorrow, mañana. If we're blessed with it, mañana. But guys, take what I said to heart. Take what I said to heart and make sure that you're doing these tips that I gave you. The breath work is huge. I will put a link in the stream. Dauchsy Meditation is going to be in there. Check out some of those affirmation sleep meditations. Karen and Thomas BSR, I always put a link to their stream as well. Go over there and check out their channel. They are always giving you good tips on how to be prepared in life, mentally and situationally. And of course, my baby Veganowledge JJ, if you are thinking about becoming vegan, have ever thought about it, you're curious, check her channel out, her stream, her link will be in the stream as well. Everybody, I want you to just take it with a grain of salt. Take it with a grain of salt. Remember, breathe, relax, think about what you want to happen in that moment. Okay? And think, will this matter tomorrow? And if push comes to shove, think about the fact that you are in that moment doing something that is eventually going to damage your body. And I know you don't want to be sick. So think about your health as well. Okay? But thanks everybody for coming to Anger Management 101. Those of you that are joining the replay game, please feel free to leave a comment in the comment section. And also leave me suggestions if there are other areas that you'd like to talk about, relationships, if you want to talk about, if you want to talk about health, if you want to talk about anything, just let me know. And I will take it into consideration and possibly do a stream on it. I'll even give you the shout out, like I did Rap God Reloaded, for coming up with the idea for the stream. So thank you guys for listening. Have a wonderful, blessed day. And peace and blessings.